Failing is exhausting because it just screws up your life. And the reason that you will fail is that you refuse to become your authentic self, or you refuse to take the steps that would allow you to do that. And you could be really feeling that now because the world is moving through energetic changes and it's causing you or asking you to become more of your authentic self. And you felt the pressure, you felt the energies that are different, you felt the world events, all of it. And I knew all of that, but I'd been failing because I didn't understand it and I couldn't tell you. I understand it now. I was given a philosophy that can change your life, and more people did it, it would change the world because it's all about your consciousness. And there's an organization in the universe, and somehow I tapped into it. And I just heard that there's a super new moon coming on the 27th. And I said, oh, that's really interesting. So then it must mean that I have something from 2008 that would be relevant today on that date, on the 27th. And I'm going to read the message, and you have felt things going on in your life and in the world. And so you're being asked to move into your authentic self. But we were told that in 2008 because there's cycles that happen. Scientists figure out over time that there are cycles of things that happen in our universe. We know of cycles of our planets, our weather, our seasons. We know all of them. But things that we haven't known is how it affects us all the time, how it causes us emotionally, mentally, spiritually, what's that happening? And I was just listening to another video said the moon is not just a rock, it's a big magnet. So when we move through big changes in the moon, we feel it. And then it causes something else within us to happen. And so what happened for me is that I developed the ability to understand this. And it was the most difficult thing to tell anyone because I didn't know why it happened. I just knew I was different all my life. And I don't want anyone to feel out of place because they're different. Because that difference could be the thing that changes the world, because that's what this gave me. This philosophy said that if anybody uses it, they would come to understand who they are. They would really know how to become successful because they would move through all the blockages they had in their lives. And they would move through their anger, their judgment of themselves, their hatred, their self-hatred, because that's really what we do, that doubt and lack of confidence. You see, I wrote it for 36 years, but beyond that, I lived it. I suffered through more things than any person can possibly imagine, and this work healed it. And so I was meeting with someone today. I've been afraid of it. I'm just going to say this, and this is why I'm not failing anymore, because I couldn't talk about it. First of all, I was never a person who was going to do something spiritual or something like that. It just seemed weird, and I didn't want to be judged. But it wasn't weird because it was science. And you can, with the artificial intelligence, you can go through and look at Wilhelm's words, and they were aligned with energetic changes that are happening in our world. There are things we don't understand about life, about science. We're always developing them. And so I developed this ability that no one had had before. This is why I'm changing, because I have to stop failing and I have to work with people who really want to live this best life because I have the work. And I just saw someone booked a private channeling session. So I'm going to do a lot more of that, because when I'm doing a private channeling with a person, I'm able to access your field, meaning, is this in alignment with what your purpose is, why you're on this earth? And then I will show you what the message is for the 27th that came through in 2008. And it'll probably make sense to you now, but definitely on the 27th. There is order in the universe and order within your life. And I'm finding it. And it's this message. Now, understand, this is how I would receive the messages. I sit and I hear the information and I write it. That's what's happened since 1989. What is your intention? This will be the most helpful question you can ask yourself when you begin any physical creative process. You set out on a journey in this lifetime to experience the highest aspects of yourself. Highest is a relative term meaning the true nature of your being, which is unlimited, creative, abundant, and joyful. When you notice any other emotion, feeling, or thought that is not in alignment with those aspects, they may serve as a warning signal of sorts that you have not fully gained the clarity of intention you desired. Seek those answers first, and you will abandon fear, manifest abundance, and experience joy in the entire process. And so that's what I'm going to do. I didn't make that up. I don't know those words. I don't write like that. When you read Wilhelm, it's not me. I access this universal consciousness. And having that my entire life was challenging, but I'm no longer going to do that because our world needs this now. You felt it. That's why this was done. So I just had to explain this. This is why I'm changing things. My program will always be there, but I can't do the I'm not going to do the group part of that the way that it was. I don't want people to give themselves away. I've been doing that for years because I couldn't accept what this was. 5 years that I started that I kept giving things away because I said people they're not going to understand. But I'm telling you that when you move to this higher understanding of who you are, you'll have everything. And that's why I'm taking people through this work because I know it can be done. I've already made many, many millionaires in my other business. So I know what we can manifest. And the time now is to manifest abundance for everyone. And that's what we're going to do. But that's why I'm changing things. Please check out the program, look at everything. And it's I can say to you, I know what you can accomplish. Goes on and other things. I'm just going to say this because I've got to be completely authentic because that's what I want with my clients. It doesn't, you're going to be something different. You're going to be unique and you might develop this different skill. When I discovered I had this information, this 2021, where it was organized, that it was a philosophy, which I could not have told you. They said that if I met someone, and because that's an alignment again, if I would meet someone, I would have a message that was given on their birthday in 2012 that would align and let them know who they are now, what's going on in their lives. Made no sense. Except I met with the guy today. I've been doing it for the longest time, and every time it's absolutely accurate. It's just like you reading your astrological reading or something, your birth, and I had no clue that was happening. That's not so it was a phenomenon, and that's why this has got to be published and studied and the whole bit, and that's what I have to get on with, and I have to stop failing because I don't want you to. I know that you can create this really great life, and I have all the information because it's a process of going through your consciousness. That's it. All right, see you guys soon. Thank you for being here. Please check out the work now, and we'll get there.